Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, it's time to revisit the Women Being Ignored series. And guys, this series is basically talking about how guys are saying, look, with this whole M2 thing, right? I am not going to be alone with a woman at work. I'm not going to travel with a woman. No happy hours, no holiday parties, no none of that. And even you have guys saying, look, I'm not going to even date anymore because it's too much risk. Right? And guys, all these women now are saying, oh, there's a backlash and, men shouldn't be so scared. Ugh, all this foolishness, right? So guys, we have a story here of some diversity inclusion experts. So there's going to be some foolishness, right? And she's going to talk about how she thinks that M2 has affected dating and the workplace. So guys, we're going to get into this. But before we do, guys, like, subscribe, join the lives, guys, and let's get into this.
Changing how dating is happening.
I think a lot more people are really conscious of the need to have really direct, honest conversations about consent.
Look, an equity educator, guys, put in the comments, what in the world is an equity educator?
Probably a lot of people are in that place of doing reflection about their past behavior and probably feeling like they shouldn't have made some assumptions, or that going forward they should have a lot more honest conversations about that.
Really interesting as we're putting up, how things have changed. What are the top concerns that you are hearing? You do workshops about this. People who are dating today say, what are their top concerns?
I think it's kind of two-tier. You get people who are now conscious of rape culture, or conscious of the systems around it and the behaviors around it, but can't necessarily imagine what the alternative looks like. A lot of people are starting to notice some of their behaviors and their patterns of language and kind of looking for ways to unlearn it and replace it. But also I'm seeing a lot of conversations around parenting. How do you talk to your kids about these things? When do you talk to your kids about these things? I think we're all socialized to have conversations about sexual health and sexuality with our children to an extent, but then we don't know how to bring conversations in around consent. How do we instill a sense of responsibility in all our children across the gender spectrum to have these conversations?
There it is, guys, gender spectrum. I was waiting for it. Did you guys hear that? And guys, there's a thing in nature where all the most poisonous and destructive things have bright feathers and bright hair or whatever, like the poison frogs. Yes. Ever notice how all these feminists are the same way? All the most toxic, crazy feminist chicks are always the most brightly colored. Oh man, and guys, you notice how she talked about raising kids, but she never talked about protecting boys from all this foolishness?
And not just make it a conversation that we usually direct towards people who are socialized as young girls and women to protect yourself, be sure, don't do this, do that, stay safe. But then we're not necessarily having that conversation with other people at around what consent really looks like.
So
you notice how she couldn't even say boys and girls? She said socialized as young women, but then weren't socialized the other way. So she can't even use gender. She's talking about consent, right? So this is masked man-hating, but she's so PC that she can't even use the words man, woman, boys, and girls.
A lot of people are now in this, it seems, in the era where they're afraid, particularly men, to make that first move. And it does beg the question, what happens to flirting? What happens to making remarks that you think are maybe a compliment to somebody? Is this now the end of spontaneity and flirting?
Well,
of course it is. Of course it is.
I think there's something I'd like to address about the fear. While you might be afraid that your advances will be taken, quote unquote, the wrong way, or that you'll be read as abusive or coercive or whatever, while you're getting ready for your date, the girl or woman that you're going on a date with is texting her friends her location, a description of your car, what you look like, in case she turns up missing. So
there it is, guys. She's saying, while you might be scared, while you might be cautious, we don't care. We do not care. Us women don't give a damn. Hey guys, do you guys honestly think that anyone's flirting with this thing on the screen right here? Come on, man.
So when we talk about fear, we need to understand that. So many of us are like, hey, I'm going on a date with this guy. This is what he looks like, just in case. And we're joking, but we're really not, right? So I think the fear is kind of uneven in this place. And I
Please!
understand if you feel afraid, but that shouldn't immobilize you. That should drive you to have really honest conversations. And those conversations, I know that there's a sense that it's, sucking the romance out of these interactions, but there's really wonderful, exciting ways to have conversations about consent and intimacy and pleasure. It doesn't have to be like, do you formally accept my advance? It can be like, what do you like? What do you...
There it is, guys. There it is. They want men to quote unquote talk about consent the way that girls want, all this nebulous foolishness. They want to be figured out. They still want men to chase them. See, guys, if this consent foolishness went the way that it was supposed to go, it would be both parties equally putting themselves out there and communicating. The guy says, look, what do you want to do? The girl says, I want to do this. But no, they want the guys to figure them out like a goddamn Rubik's Cube. They want the guy to be like, so, hey, da-da-da-da-da-da, and the girl she can dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge, and not have to do any effort at all.
You enjoy, where are your boundaries? And like, really, there's fun ways to have these conversations.
Is that happening before you actually go on a date with somebody, or is that happening like date 1, date 2? I mean, where do you see timing, or is that on a couple by couple basis?
It's definitely on a couple by couple basis, and it depends what kind of conversations you've had leading up to that date. Have you been talking to each other for a while? And even if you've been talking, you're texting or you're talking in a dating app, and then you meet up in real life, you need to check in. Sometimes we're a lot more comfortable texting things because you're not face to face with someone, but you need to check in around people's feelings of comfort, their safety, and their desires when you meet somebody in person. Definitely.
It's a fascinating discussion, and one that I hope we continue to have on this show and many more.
Guys, they want to make things too damn complicated. Okay? See, what's going on with society now is everything is being structured for women, which means it's going to be nebulous. They're destroying all the meanings of things and destroying all practicality. Okay? Think about how difficult that this conversation was to have between two women. And a guy is supposed to understand any of this? And guys, this knucklehead right here, where's she at? She's supposed to be an expert. People pay her money to talk about this stuff, only to find out I gotta let Malcolm X say it, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Straight up, guys. This person right here gets paid to talk about this stuff that she can barely even define. Well, a socialization of women, of those who might be socialized as women on the gender spectrum of what might be considered a man, get the fuck out of here. This is why guys are just throwing up their hands. You guys, imagine this knucklehead right here is espousing all this stuff. She's going to your workplaces, guys, to all of our workplaces, people like her, and saying the stuff that could end up having real life consequences for us. Guys, drop in the comment section what you think about this foolishness, okay? Because I see it now, guys. I see a lot of young guys just saying, screw it. What's the point? There is no point in this. And guys, think about how practical men are. Men will say, look, are you okay with this? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with this? Because that's the safest way to do it. But guys, no. They don't want that. They want some psychic connection where men are supposed to know. And once again, guys, they expect men to be able to communicate, act, and connect like women. And we can't. We can't do it, guys. So guys, throw up your hands, walk away. That's all I can say. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. If you like more videos like this, guys, check out the playlist linked at the end of the video. And yeah, guys, I'll talk to you soon.